Adnate is a world-renowned Melbourne-based artist known for his stunning larger-than-life mega-scale murals that beautifully honor Indigenous cultures. His incredible street art-inspired works combines photorealism with social commentary, inspiring the name of Perth's first art series hotel, the Adnate. Hi there, my art-loving adventurers. I hope you're doing amazingly well. Thank you for checking out RedLightGreenLight Reviews. It's Ryan here with another hotel review. This time we are crossing the continent to Perth and checking out the Adnate, an art series hotel under the Accor Group. As always with my stays, they are incognito so as not to influence the experience during my stay. Note, if you're traveling with anyone less mobile or with kids, getting to the Adnate from Perth Airport is not the easiest by public transport. Firstly, Perth Airport has 3 separate terminals, and only the international terminal is connected to the airport train station. If you are a domestic arrival, to get to the airport rail line, you'll first have to take a bus to the airport train station, which only then takes you to the Perth station. And then you'll have to walk to your hotel, which is another 2.5 blocks. 3 things that drew me to the Adnate Perth. Number 1, it's located on the fashionable Hay Street just up from Perth City Apple Store and His Majesty's Theatre. Number 2, it is fairly new and it also had a swimming pool and a gym, perfect for my short holiday. And number 3, as an art series hotel, it is basically an art gallery built around a hotel, and this one featured one of the tallest murals in Australia. The Adnate opened in late 2019, just a few months before the WA borders closed, and it seemed to fit the bill. Let's check out some online reviews. Tess Annie2 says, very clean and spacious, comfortable bed and pillows. Issues with our room access card. Breakfast was fairly ordinary, well located. Deal breakers for future stays. David Russell Lee says, decent enough in a bland way. Staff were friendly and helpful. No room service available at all. Minibar was totally empty. Breakfast wasn't great. Lada Melbourne says, atmosphere doesn't compare to art series hotel. No restaurant or bar service on a Sunday. Can't get any service. Stains all over the carpet. Breakfast buffet okay, sufficient. So will it get the red light or the green light? Stay tuned for the verdict. Come with me and let's check out as I take you through the arrival, the room, the food and the amenities encountered during my stay. While we are at it, remember to like and subscribe below. As you approach the hotel, you will certainly not miss the 34-story mural, the tallest in Australia, possibly in the Southern Hemisphere. Adnate's photorealistic murals have captivated the world, but this one is unfortunately surrounded by the advertising decals on the vacant shops below. This dilutes visually that power of those paintings. Within the lobby itself are 2 other huge paintings, and someone had commented that the hotel was fairly bland. However, I felt that there was a simplicity that allowed the artwork to stand out. If I were to describe anything as being bland at the hotel, it would be the corridors to the rooms, painted a sage green with mushroom brown carpets, a missed opportunity for them to look like an art gallery. Checking in was quick, and I headed straight to the room since it was already quite late. As it's possibly the smallest of the Australian cities, there weren't many choices for food in Perth by the time I got to the hotel, and I was lucky that I had been well fed on the Qantas flight over from Melbourne. Do check out my review of Qantas A330 business class. The room is fairly standard and on the smallish side, but still has enough space for a desk and a chair. Very typical for a 4-star hotel. Looking at anything other than the Adnate artworks on the walls, the room could belong to just about any Mercure, Pullman, or dare I even say, Ibis hotel. Interestingly, the door to the ensuite leads from the bedside, and I think the only reason they designed the room this way is so the break in the wall didn't make the space around the bed seem so closed in. For a 4-star hotel that's fairly new, you can't really fault the offerings in the room. There's a desk big enough to work on with a couple of PowerPoints beside it, as well as its own task lamp. There's also a very basic chair similar to what you might find in a cafe or takeaway restaurant. The room also features functional circular side tables by the bed, double PowerPoints with dual USB Type-A ports, and directional reading lights. The main closet space is open with a hanging rack, while there is a separate slim closet where you'd find the ironing board, iron and wall safe. Strips, perhaps, are the only thing in the room that alludes to the fact that it's an art series hotel. There's also a really strange, super slim vertical cupboard, as it doesn't have any hooks for maybe a long dress or trench. I cannot imagine what else it is for. Next to this is the minibar, featuring a capsule coffee machine with a kettle and empty fridge. So if a 4-star hotel can offer a capsule coffee machine in this sort of standard room, there is no excuse for any 5-star hotel to omit this now that we are in the mid-2020s. You hear that? All in all, the ensuite is also fairly well planned, a compact yet functional space, but again, the only thing lending itself to being a part of the art series hotels is the Adnate patterned graffiti tags on the shower screen. Individually packaged Appel's toiletries are included, a nice, fairly classy product for a 4-star hotel, minus other amenities such as sewing kits or grooming items. This hotel offers just what counts though. For example, a separate rain shower and handheld shower wand, as well as a recessed alcove for your own shower products. Just up from the lobby level is the hotel restaurant High that leads out to the rooftop swimming pool overlooking Hay Street. In a way, this reminds me quite a lot of the Hyatt or the Hilton in Brisbane. Once again, the pool is accessed by a ladder surrounded by some outdoor dining and seating. At one end of this poolside area are the change rooms behind a pretty vertical garden wall. With Perth's excellent weather, having breakfast poolside is a no-brainer. While the breakfast was fairly standard overall, what shone through was having smashed avocado as part of the buffet, which was perfect to bring together the other different elements into a nice meal. Adjacent to the restaurant, in a separate space, is the very tastefully designed hotel bar, but its central bar is probably way too big for the space. Very pub-like island style, and it takes up about a quarter of the entire area. There is also a small hotel gym, and I am impressed with its selection of equipment, with a good range of dumbbells, a few cardio machines, and a very versatile multi-function cable machine. So while the hotel is named after Matt Adnate, besides the large-scale murals and portraits around the building, the hotel doesn't feel purposefully designed as an art series hotel. Not that there's anything wrong with that. As an architect in a previous life, I feel they missed an opportunity for the actual walls and the design of the hotel to resemble laneways or public spaces where you typically find this form of street art. One hotel that comes to mind with the brutalist concrete internal walls is the Line in LA. So be sure to check out my review of the Line Hotel in LA. For the final verdict, I am totally impressed with how this hotel offers so much at a 4-star level, providing a quality experience with the guests in mind. The number one issue: the extremely unusual pillows. As long as king-size pillows, but only half as wide. Super weird. There's just not enough width to cradle the neck and head. Another disappointing setback was the gap around the windows. Because of the compact size of the room, trying to sleep in past dawn was a challenge with the light leaks, as the curtains did not extend to block the morning light. This could very easily be fixed with the installation of a top and a side pelmet. After all the nice touches and considerations in this hotel's design and offerings, these two stand out solely as definitely disappointing. Still, this hotel just about gets a green light from me because quality of sleep is always the key. It's just nice to book into a hotel that's not overly expensive, yet has a pool, wonderful breakfast, and a comfortable bed, except for the pillows, and is located in a very convenient part of town. I hope you have enjoyed this review. This is another Red Light Green Light hotel review. Subscribe below so you don't miss any updates. Comment below. I want to know what your own experience was or what your thoughts are of this review. Who knows, your comment might even make it into our next video. And if you want a shout out, tell us which hotel you want us to review next. Happy travels, fellow adventurers, and remember to tread lightly, especially when you're visiting a different country.